Hello, hello, hello!
Yeah.
Welcome back to Severed Sons Presents Rolling in the Netherdeep, and we are excited to bring you a brand new tale of adventure in the lands of Wildmount. My name is Ron Murphy, Dungeon Master. Around the virtual table we have...
Hey everybody, it's Bill here. I'm playing Orgoth Skull Crusher, half orc, half drow, all badass, ready to throw hands. Let's go.
Nice. Hi, everyone. This is Jaden. I am playing Lapis, the smart reading wizard. And I hope you all have a good time.
Folks, thanks for tuning in. This is Ross. I'm playing Wilvin Grandmain, the halfling bard, mysterious Sam Elliott mustache dude.
His mustache is just another character, so...
Yeah, we'll see. Lore drops.
Hi, it's Jamie. I'm playing North the Eladrin Rogue. And yeah, I hope I roll better this time.
It's going to be great. So we left off in the middle of combat. We're going to give the recap here in a second. Is there anything we need to talk about before we go? Let's just do it. Okay.
Let's do it.
Nervous.
I'm scared.
Okay, let's begin today's episode of Rolling in the Netherdeep, episode 4, Dermot Rides Again. At the end of last session, Elder Urshru gave you horses to help you catch up to the rivals who had stolen the Jewel of Three Prayers from you at the Emerald Grotto. During sunset on the second day's ride toward Baxuzan, you encountered a Gloomstalker harassing a pair of mammoths. The creature saw you, chasing you down. It swooped down to pluck a wounded Orgoth off the ground, dragging him into the skies. As you wondered how to help the half-orc warrior, you heard hoofbeats from the north, approaching quickly. The goblin paladin Dermot, who had been left behind by his friends in Jigao, was riding to the rescue. Okay, so when we last left off, he was riding he took his hands off the reins, held up his crossbow, and the crossbow begins glowing yellow and gold light, and he fires it, and it kind of makes this tracer through the sky, the night sky, and he rolls. Let me pull up his stats real quick. It is +5 to hit. He only rolls a 12. And against the Gloomstalker, that is only, he has a AC of 15. So the tracer kind of goes over the Gloomstalker's head, and you just see it, Orgoth, and he's like, "Darn it! Get him lower! Get him lower!" He shouts to you, Orgoth.
I'll do my best.
Okay. Wilvin, your turn.
Oh gosh, I am first in the initiative, aren't I? I wasn't ready. Wilvin is going to. I think he still has his crossbow out, if I remember correctly. So he's going to take a shot at the Gloomstalker.
Okay.
With a what's math? 10 to
10,
hit.
no, just again, kind of like the crossbow, sails into the night sky and disappears.
And I think that's all I'm gonna. What is in terms of like, I'm not asking hit points, but like injuries, Orgoth.
Who has hit it? Orgoth hit it.
I'm looking at my own party.
I missed it with the boomerang. I don't know if he got hit by some magic.
Got some hits by some magic. North hit it once with a rapier attack, I believe.
And how about us, our party? Like, I'm looking at Orgoth's injuries. Is Orgoth bloodied up?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's bloody. Yeah.
Yeah. Then with missing, Wilvin is going to. I don't remember from last session. Orgoth, do you have a bardic inspiration?
I don't. I used it.
Okay. I think that's an action for me now that I'm still trying to learn my bard. No, it's a bonus action there. So as a bonus action, Wilvin is going to apologize, I think, excuse me, and I'm sorry, I'm doing my best. And with that, he gives a slap on his drum, and bardic inspiration that you can use for your AC if you need it. That'll be it for me.
Okay. Orgoth, your turn.
Orgoth is going to reach up and grab the legs of the Gloomstalker
Okay.
as a feint, like he's going to try to
Right.
yank on it.
Right.
So I'm going to expend a superiority die.
Okay.
I'll roll, which is a 7. Nice. You sit over there. Hopefully I'll need you. Now, because I have fainted, I now can, on my next attack roll, which will be with my action, I get to roll at advantage.
Okay.
Which is good. And I am going to then leverage with my hands on the Gloomstalker's legs. I'm going to like basically pull upward and bend and come up and kick.
Okay.
So he does this like pretty full-on strength fantasy Pilates move to get up there and get him. Let's see.
Okay.
A 18 and advantage and lower. So, but I got an 18.
18 hits. You managed to like, boom, get a good kick in.
Great. So I've got the 7 from my superiority die for damage, and then I also get to do 1d8 plus 4, another 11. So 18 points total.
18 points. Nice.
Okay.
And you get a good solid blow with your boot on its head, knocking it to the side, and it kind of in pain. How many points was that? 17, you said? 18?
18.
18. Okay. Okay. So, anything else, Orgoth?
And now I'm upside down, like basically holding myself in feet, my feet up in its face. I'm like, let go, you bastard.
The Gloomstalker decides
does not go next because its dex is lower.
Oh yeah, it is. Thank you.
We
Thank
figured
you.
that out.
Thank you.
Off time.
Yes, North's turn, because she has a higher
Yeah.
dexterity.
The thing is still like 40 feet in the air, right?
Yes.
So how? Oh, you would consider a horse 5 feet, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask if I can do something a little
Okay.
crazy because
I'm all for it. What?
I am all for high risk, high reward. So if I get up on the horse, give myself a jump, and face step, can I get on top of the creature?
Yes. I'd like you to make an acrobatics to get up on top, standing on top of the horse.
Let me get my non-denominational tablet because I have only one screen right now, and it's how
People know.
how do you do that? Okay. Acrobatics.
Oh no.
That's a natural 19, so
Yeah.
plus 7, that's 26.
Okay, so you jump up on the saddle, plant your feet, bend your knees, and like jump into the air, and then
Face step.
Yep.
Just let me check if it's a bonus action or an action. It's a bonus action, so I still have my attack.
Okay. So you kind of appear above it, and I'd like you to make your attack roll. If you hit, you manage to land on top of the Gloomstalker.
Okay. That is not stressful at all,
No.
but let's do it.
Fingers crossed.
We'll deal with the consequences if they happen. So.
That's this. I'm going to use my inspiration that I got last session.
Okay.
Yeah.
Use it.
It's not that great. I do not hit with a 14.
Okay, I'd like you.
Wait. My attack roll. No, it's a 14.
Okay, you barely miss with AC 15 for the Gloomstalker. I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw. But you're good at those.
I'm good at those. It shouldn't be too famous last words. Let's not. Oh, that's not too bad. That's a 20.
20, yeah. You manage to, no attack, but you kind of like hit and kind of slide off, and you kind of grab a bit, and the smoke is just like the black kind of billowy necrotic energy like billowing off of it.
Did I manage to catch on it and not fall?
You did not fall, correct. Yes.
Okay, where am I in relation to Orgoth?
Orgoth is kind of like got his like upside down, like holding on to its claws with his like feet kind of in the air towards the front of it, and you're kind of like on the back.
Okay. gonna wave
Okay.
Oh, Gloomstalker sandwich.
and maybe just like if I can get just that little bit of movement in, just like lean down in case Orgoth needs to be caught.
Got it. Okay. Okay. So you're kind of preparing. Okay. Um, so the Gloomstalker shadow steps over to Lapis, choosing not to bring North and Orgoth with it.
No.
Yes.
Both of you fall 40 feet.
As a reaction,
Yes.
I would like to cast Featherfall on both of them.
No damage.
Yeah, well then.
Taking
So-
inspiration for that. That's great. Okay.
Thanks. I'm trying to flavor it. I don't think I have a way to do it yet. But Wilvin would 100%. I think he stops his like pony that he's
Mhm.
on, his little horse. It like rears back, and he just holds out one hand at both of you. No, he pulls out one of his fife, and he just gives a little like.
Yep.
He like gives it kind of like a bomb whistle dropping in Looney Tunes, and that like they slow down with the descending whistle. That's how
Nice.
that's
Nice.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
This goes.
What's the falling
nice.
speed on Featherfall? You've got it pulled up in front of you.
Descent slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends.
Got it. So you basically on your okay. So at the you'll basically be falling, and when it comes to your turn to go, you'll hit the ground. Let's see. So the Gloomstalker shadow steps, uses 10 feet of movement to get to Lapis, and then grabs at Lapis, trying to do a snatch attack. That is a 28.
Oh, my
Jesus.
AC is 11.
You poor
Think
wizard.
Shield would work.
Okay. It does 6 points of slashing damage plus 9 points of necrotic damage. And as it does it kind of rips your grapple, and it pulls you to the air, and it rips your cloak open.
Oh, fuck. No.
Lapis, I'd like you to describe what everyone sees as your cloak kind of falls to the ground in tatters.
Basically, you guys see a weird amalgamation of body parts underneath. You guys see a colorful, feathered body, possibly belonging to a parrot Aarakocra. Long legs covered in fur, made up from a tabaxi with red kobold feet. The right arm seems to be either human or elven, but the blue hue of a large furbolg hand seems to just be weighing it down. The only other part of the body that seems to originally belong to her is her left arm. And she is freaking the fuck out right now and bleeding.
And it pulls you into the air and is like going another what's its fly speed?
A lot.
Isn't that like?
Yeah, and goes 70 feet the other direction.
Guys, help!
What? Lapis? Okay. Jeez. 70
Bren
feet.
is just like going away with Frankenstein's babe.
Okay, North, you gracefully float to the ground, and you hit the ground.
This is Lynn. That thing is 70 feet
Yeah.
away.
Sorry, because I almost made you give you another turn because your name's after the Gloomstalker on the
No.
list. So
Oh,
it's
yeah.
it's
No, I
Lapis's
don't need that.
it's Lapis's turn.
All right.
Oh, fuck.
Come on.
Get out,
Come on.
girl.
You can make a grapple escape. You can try to grapple, make an athletics or acrobatics to try to escape.
I can attempt, but holy shit, is it not gonna go well? I'm gonna attempt, though.
Or just kill it. Just kill it, girl.
Do it.
I can't. That was a 7.
Okay, it's still got you. Anything else, Lapis?
I'm just crying at this point. You guys help, please.
Maybe no.
Okay. Dermot continues to ride up and fires directly at. And it's like, I'm coming to save you! I'm coming to save you! That is a natural 20.
Yeah.
Okay.
New best friend
So-
unlocked.
The crossbow bolt glows in this like glowing golden light and fires and does a tracer through the sky. And that is, what is that, a 2d8? So that is 12 plus another 16.
Whoa.
Holy shit. So that's what, 28 plus 3. No pluses on that one. No pluses on that one. So 28 points of damage.
Ron, how would you like to do this?
No, it's still alive.
Damn.
Yeah, but it drops Lapis as
Oh
it's
fuck.
yeah. So it didn't
How-
really go up
Okay.
very far, so it only drops you 20 feet.
How
So-
far away is Lapis?
70 feet.
70
60
feet from her location, which you were 40, and your North and Orgoth were 40 feet away, and Wilvin's like at the 70 feet. You're even, so you're probably 70 feet away.
Damn.
You take 9 points of bludgeoning damage when you hit the ground, Lapis.
I'm not moving. I'm still up, but oh God, this hurts. Is this what pain feels like, guys?
Yep. it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Okay.
Welcome to the club.
I'm coming. I'm coming. Wilvin.
Oh, Wilvin, yeah. So seeing that North has dropped and Orgoth is well on his way, I think he just books it toward Lapis.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, his speed. What's the speed of the pony? That's
It's
different.
whatever I put into the chat earlier.
60 feet.
Yeah.
as I
60?
recall.
Oh,
Yes.
excellent.
Yeah.
Then we're gonna go that 60 feet, which I guess puts me 10 feet away.
Mm-hmm. It's
from
20 feet off the
Lapis.
ground, and you're about, like, say 5 feet off the ground because you're on top of the horse, and it's 20 feet total, so you're like 15 feet away, like 15 feet up, and then like no 15 feet up, but like 10 feet parallel
Okay.
to the ground.
Then he's going to. He can't get close enough to Lapis to do much.
Mm-hmm.
But he will take out his like ornate daggers and kind of he'll bring them out and to each side of himself he'll do like a little flourish
Mm-hmm.
and cross them both and that like pointing toward the Gloomstalker in the air, and he's in doing so casts Cloud of Daggers,
Nice.
which mirrors the very ornate. He doesn't throw them, but similar ones
Right.
appear.
Yeah.
So you fill the air with spinning daggers in a cube 5 feet on each side,
Mm-hmm.
centered on a point you choose within range. So the point I'd like to choose, I suppose, is can I choose the point that the Gloomstalker is currently at?
Mhm.
Great. Then
Yeah, totally.
then that cube is going like daggers right around where it's at.
Okay.
And so when it enters the spell area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, so that's when it's going to take damage.
Got it. Okay. So at the beginning of its turn, when it comes back around, after North goes, okay.
So and as he's got the daggers pointed and he's still on his steed, and just to finish it up, he says, "Lapis, are you all right?"
Is Chapstick okay?
Chapstick will be fine. Just I'm glad you're talking right now. And
Okay.
that's the end of my turn.
Okay, Orgoth.
It's 70 feet from me.
Yes, you touch down lightly on the ground and you're 70 feet
Right.
away.
I will sprint towards it using
Well,
my
technically, you're 130 feet away because it was like Lapis was here, and it went 40 feet one direction,
right,
and then it
okay.
went back to Lapis, and it went 70 feet past Lapis. So you're 130 feet away.
Okay, so I'm gonna. Well, it's not gonna matter then. I'm gonna use my move to go 30 feet, so
Okay.
I'm 90 feet away,
Okay.
and then that's still within long range of my boomerang.
Mm-hmm.
So I get to roll a disadvantage, I believe.
There's disadvantage. Yes.
I cannot get close enough to get into regular range, but I'll try that. I'll grab a boomerang and throw it. And let's see, that's going to be my worst roll is a 9.
Okay, yeah, the 9 misses, unfortunately. It flips back to your hand.
Then I'm going to use my bonus action to I'm going to continue. I can sprint with that, right?
Yeah.
I can move another. I'll move another 30.
Well,
So now
no. You have to use if you take the action, you can do like your attacks,
right.
but you move is a separate thing. So you can do a move and an action. So
got it.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Then I will growl. That's fine.
Okay. Okay. North. You land lightly on the ground.
Okay, where's my horse in relation?
40 feet away from you currently, because you left it behind. It may have traveled because it was moving. I'm going to say it went 20 feet toward you in the direction you were headed, toward the Gloomstalker. So it's 20 feet away from you, which is 20 feet away from where Lapis and Wilven were.
It's faster than I am normally, so I'm gonna head for a horse.
Okay.
Get on the horse.
Okay.
Giddy up.
Okay.
And okay, I've used 20 feet of movement to get there, but how far do you think I would get with the horse at that point?
The horse's move is what?
60.
60. Subtract 20 from that, and just whatever move left over. I'm making something up, but like 40. The horse can get 40 feet. Yeah, before the end of your turn.
Okay, and Gloomstalker should be within range of the short bow now.
Okay. Yes.
Was getting on the horse an action or bone?
Make an animal handling roll. I was just gonna let it fly, but you called it out, so
we all remember how it went with the turtles.
You got this. You learned.
I learned the thing. Animal handling, that is a 16.
Okay, you're fine. You just needed a 10 actually for that.
Oh, thank God.
They're trained to accept riders, so.
Okay. So I'm gonna take my short bow attack then.
Roll to hit.
That's a nat one, so no.
Okay. Wilvin, you see an arrow kind of strike the ground to your right.
He's still holding his daggers and watches it fall.
Okay, the Gloomstalker's turn. The daggers go off.
And it just straight up takes 4d4
Okay.
slashing damage.
No save?
No.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Just okay.
And no. On the second level. So that's his 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 points of slashing damage.
Okay. You see it, like, it's just, its skin's getting ravaged as there's all these cuts and wounds from, and especially at the one, like, this one crossbow bolt in its, like, chest, where it's kind of actually glowing with, like, this radiant light and it's burning it. It actually, it's not currently, it's not currently holding anybody, right? So it just takes off and does a full dash to the south and moves 160 feet.
Howard!
Okay. Lapis.
I'm just gonna get up on my feet. I hear something snap too. I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna have
Also, grimaces.
It's all right. I'll deal with that later. I'll deal with that later. I need to. I'm just gonna go find my cloak. All right. Okay. See you later. Thank you. Bye. Just
Okay,
gonna
that's all you're
One's
gonna
jaw
do.
is just kind of dropped, like at this, like perceiving, like and kind of just processing like what has just been exposed with no explanation. He's just like, yeah, yeah, and he kind of turns away, almost as if he's looking at something he shouldn't. He
Mhm.
feels a little uh invasive.
Okay. Um, if there's nothing else for Lapis, Dermot keeps riding up to you. Lapis kind of pauses for a second. It's like, Miss, are you okay?
Yeah. I just need to go find my cloak. That's all. That's all.
Okay, and yeah, and takes off towards the Gloomstalker. So, die, foul fiend! And he rolls a disadvantage and only gets a 13. And the Gloomstalker flies away. Okay, top of the round, Wilvin.
Um, Wilvin was gonna go heal Lapis, but because she's running away and clearly doesn't want to engage right now, he turns back toward the other two, sees that everybody's on the ground, and Dermot has ridden up. Yes, like is
Yes,
he
yes,
close
yeah.
by?
He's close by. Yeah, he's kind of maybe a little bit behind you.
And are we still in combat?
Technically, yes, but it's running away. Yeah.
I think Wilvin lets it. He'll use his action to walk over to Dermot and just give him kind of like a tip of the hat and see.
Yeah.
We're lucky you showed up.
Huh. I had a feeling you were going to be in trouble. The nighttime is in these lands of the south of Jagao are really, really kind of scary.
Oh,
Are you okay?
well, I believe we are. What most of us anyway. Will take stock and but
The entire time he's talking to you, he hasn't taken his eyes off the Gloomstalker.
and Wilvin notices that and lets him do that. So
Yeah.
then Wilvin doesn't have to look around.
Okay.
But just a little engagement with Dermot. That's it
Okay.
for me.
Orgoth.
I am standing there watching the Gloomstalker with my boomerang readied in case it turns to come back.
It seems to be just going straight because it's kind of like over the hill and it's kind of disappearing from your vantage point over the hill. Okay. North, anything? You're muted.
You're muted.
The dogs were barking. I muted. I guess I'm gonna roll up to Lapis and just like drop my coat on her shoulders.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'll look for mine while I wear this.
It looks pretty torn up. Just keep it while you need it.
All right, I'll figure out how to fix it.
And I'm just gonna like finish the leisurely stroll with my horse just to see how. Look at our friend disappear in the distance.
And the Gloomstalker on its turn does another dash and goes another 180 feet, 160 feet, and disappears into the dark. And we're out of combat.
Wow. Weren't expecting that.
Dermot dismounts, jumps off, boom, kind of goes up to the horse, pats it on the head, and leads it back to the group. Actually goes back, it goes specifically back to Lapis. I don't know. Have you introduced yourselves to Dermot? Does he know your names?
Not mine at least.
Maybe
No,
mine because I was the one named at this ceremony, but that's about it.
He goes up to Lapis and actually pulls a book out. You left the book, right? You just kind of gave it to him. That's right.
I took all of my books and I gave him one of the books.
Yes. Okay. He hands it back to you and bows and says, "My name is Dermot, and I am a paladin and follower of the light of Luxon. It's nice to meet you. Nice to meet you all." I had a feeling that you would be in trouble, and also I wanted to confront my friends and see what the hell happened, and why they left in such a hurry and left me behind. Um, it is dark. I suggest we make camp.
Not a bad idea.
Yeah,
That
I
was the
think
next
it's
step. Yeah.
Very well, and he like pulls his backpack off and
Glad
opens it
to
up.
have you around.
What's your name? Yes, yes. All of you actually. You went by me so fast, and I remember seeing you at the maze competition, but I really didn't get to meet any of you. It happened so quickly, and then when you ran by after when you won the competition, and my friends left so quickly.
It was an
All
exciting it's a time for us. Sorry that we skipped the pleasantries.
Hmm. Well, perhaps we can catch up now. And you see him pull out flint and steel, and he actually has a little like fire starter bundle, and he's like looks down at the trees at the bottom of the hill, and he kind of just throws it to the ground. He says, "I'll be back," and he gets on the
No,
horse,
buddy, you don't do
and he rides down the hill towards the woods, getting his hand axe out.
Is he really doing all the work?
He's a helper, that one.
What are you gonna do?
Are we are we amongst cover right now? Or are we wide
Oh
out?
Yeah,
in
let's
the
try
open?
to find a
no,
good
you're on top of the
spot. Let's
hill.
try to find a proper
Yeah.
spot.
Yeah, you're top of the hill.
Yeah, I don't want that thing coming back. Mm-mm.
Perhaps the trees would provide good cover for us.
Then I'll
At
pick
least
up the fire starter stuff
Mhm.
that Dermot put
Right.
down there and carry it down.
At least if they don't, at least we're gonna hear them crack.
uh,
Comes back.
Yeah.
I'll
and
lead.
as you're heading that direction, you hear the sounds of an axe biting into like dry wood.
Yeah, let's find a good spot.
And
Gonna grab chapstick and lead him off.
okay.
I think I'm gonna name mine Donkey, just because.
I was gonna name mine Glue, but I felt that a little bit too not nice.
We find it's best not to name them if they're going to be traipsing into battle with us.
I do not name a horse until it has proven itself in battle, which this one has.
He pats on the side. He's like,
This is now Bone Dancer, as it invaded the grasp of the skeletons.
Ooh.
Nice.
It's a good name.
Take an inspiration for that. The you get down to where the trees are, and there's like where Dermot is chopping the wood. It's kind of sparse trees. It's kind of dry here. Not as much, like the trees are kind of like dying a little bit. But he's chopped down like a good a small tree. It is chopping into pieces of wood, and past it, the forest gets a little bit denser, so there might be more cover. But it's not the kind of forest where like you it's like completely hidden. Like you can see good in all directions, but there's like you can hide behind the trees are big enough. You can hide behind them.
Yeah, we'll find like a clearing enough for us to like sit around a fire and like have
Yeah.
individual spots.
Yeah.
But for the most part, like cover is most important, I think, after what we just endured.
Yeah, and if we can see, like, if they can see us, we can see them, so it's not.
Dermot comes back and he's holding an armful of wood and just kind of. So, where are we setting up?
Right over here.
Okay, you just tell me where to drop them.
We'll find that spot, whatever that is, and
Boop, he just drops it onto the ground and takes the fire starter kit and just starts going to town.
Get the tents up, all that stuff.
Wilvin just stands there for a second and watches Dermot, like, just kind of hands in his pockets, like not offering to help, but like watching this person that we don't know. Like he's just kind of like reading him for a moment.
You want to make an
The
insight check?
cannon that were so
Uh,
helpful.
Yeah, I think I am. I want to specifically like what seems to drive him.
Okay.
Why does he seem so damn? It's not going to be great. That's a 12.
12. Let me pull up his little thing. He feels like he's performing an act of contrition for you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Uh, he Wilvin doesn't confront anything, but I do think that he takes a moment just to have a good look at this
Okay.
guy that he doesn't fully trust yet.
Got it. He gets the fire started very quickly, and and he like gets it up, kind of goes to his bag, pulls out a spit. Do we have anything that we need to cook? I've got a pot, and if we have any game, I can just put it on the spit and roast
I
it,
think you grabbed food before we left, if I remember correctly.
like rations. This is like the night of the second day.
We have not hunted. We have been eating our rations for the road.
Oh, rations. Oh. I could go. I could go out on a hunt. I'm good at hunting.
No, you know what? I'll go with you.
Okay, let's go. Um.
Be careful out there,
Going
North.
back like
Mhm.
So Dermot and North head off into um, the kind of scraggly forest around you. What do the rest of you do while they're gone?
I'm going to horribly attempt to fix my cloak.
It looks like it's all together still, but there's like long rips all the way through it.
Oh, God, I can't mend this shit.
Lapis, do you need repairs done on your
Yeah.
covering?
I've never done this before. I don't know how to sew or anything. If that's all right.
Orgoth puts his hand out and beckons you to hand him your.
She carefully hands it over, still attempting to hide herself with North's cloak.
Which hand does she hand it over with?
With the giant furbolg hand.
Orgoth takes note.
It seems that we all have many interesting stories to tell at some point. I'll fix this for you.
Thanks. Thank you. She's just gonna kind of hide behind a chapstick the whole time.
And I'll do what I can with my leatherworking kit. I'm sure I've got some scraps of leather if I need to.
Yeah.
But I've got a awl, and it's not as it won't be as refined as if I was tailoring, but I can probably do something.
Are you proficient at your leatherworking kit?
I am.
Okay. So let's do sleight of hand plus your proficiency.
Okay. 18.
18.
Good time for that.
Yeah.
Nice.
He definitely gets it in a repairable condition. It's mostly the cloak is mostly cloth, right? So it's like he basically makes patches. There are places where it's got torn and just he can't get it all the way back. There's out of the fabric to sew it together, and he makes patches there.
Right. So there's like leather patchwork where I couldn't get the cloth back together. So now it's
Yeah. Okay. Wilvin, anything?
Yeah. Before we settle in, Wilvin is going to take like maybe like a quarter of a mile like radius around camp, eyeing up the environment, looking at like what markers there are in an attempt to notice if they change.
Got it. Make a survival check.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
Damn, I'm rolling terrible today. That's a 6,
Okay.
and I'm not even gonna add my inspiration to that because what's
Yeah.
the point?
Okay. You kind of walk around. It's just like it's starting to get dark. Do halflings have dark vision? I can't remember offhand.
Uh, I don't
Think so.
think
Okay.
I do.
Yeah, I think it's just getting too dark. It's like as you get further down south into the in Zorhas, it's just like these blasted plains used to be battlefields, centuries ago, just
Mhm.
never really recovered. So it's just dark, feels evil, an oppressive
Mm,
feeling. Um,
Well,
North and Dermot. So, North, nice to meet you.
Yeah, I know I had a good impression about you.
Well, I saw you. I actually saw you from a distance, racing Io, and that was a close race. You almost beat her, and she's really good in swimming.
I technically I beat her.
Oh, that's what I mean. I'm sorry. You, Ron. You you beat her. She gave you such a good challenge, and congratulations on winning that.
Oh, thank you. She's a really an amazing swimmer.
Hmm.
Seems to have a good temper about her, though I
Mhm.
don't know why she would have ditched you like that.
Hey, Jamie, you're really soft all of a sudden.
Sorry.
There
Hi.
there we go. Yeah, there we go.
Hello.
Much better. Okay,
Sorry, I'm not at my place, so my mic is not the same.
it's okay.
I
Um,
was.
and he says, yeah, I've known Io pretty much all my life, and I just I wanted to apologize for the way they treated you all. They shouldn't have done what they did. I can tell I want to tell everybody like all together, but I just wanted to
Oh,
tell you I'm
it's,
sorry.
it's okay. You're here, and it means a lot.
Well, Gal shouldn't have done that to you. I mean, he could have pulled his punches with that magic, but he
Look,
didn't.
I feel like that might be a bit of a healthy rivalry we're gonna have, and it's just going to be fine.
Okay. Um, hold on. Okay, I want you to roll a survival check, and he's gonna roll a survival check.
No, that's gonna be great.
Hmm.
Gonna try another dice because yeah.
Okay.
Oh, rival. That's 14.
14. He rolled a 14 too. So you managed to get some kind of scrawny rabbits, but
Rabbits are okay.
yeah,
It's like chicken.
yeah, like three rabbits and a squirrel is what you managed to get.
I have never tried squirrel, and I
Mhm.
am very intrigued.
Okay. So you head back to camp, and you see everybody is settled in. The fire is going quite well. There's a pile of firewood right next to it, ready. Once the fire gets low, just pop another log onto the fire. What would you like to do? Dermot sits down, finds a log, and he starts taking off his plate mail.
Looks like there's meat on the menu tonight, boys.
What'd you find?
Just this one squirrel. I say with the rabbit.
Uh, Wilvin snatches the squirrel. He's like, I haven't had squirrel in forever. And he's like really excited about the squirrel.
Amazing.
Well, how do you cook it? Dermot says.
That was never my job, so I don't know if I have the proper but he takes out one of his daggers and he starts to uh he
Yeah,
puts it in the gut and he
skins
starts
it.
to
Yeah. Do the
skins the whole
thing.
thing
Yeah.
and gets rid of everything and
Yep.
it's probably sloppy. He's probably not doing it well, but
Yeah.
he can survive.
Dermot's not really
So
the cook either, but he'll try
I
to
feel
do
like
it.
it's going to be a learning experience and a bonding experience for everyone.
Yeah.
he's one day of food poisoning ain't nothing. As he finishes, he rips it all off and hands it back over
Dermot
to
works
Dermot.
on the hares, and he's talking to Wilvin. Like, so I'm Dermot. What's your name?
Wilvin Grandmain.
It's nice to meet you. he kind of
Likewise. What I have to ask, you just you're just a helper, aren't you? Why tag along? Why come meet us out here?
well, I'll explain to everybody, once we're, after dinner, but I just felt really sorry that Gelsariad attacked North and the fact they ran. I don't really know much what's happening. They didn't really tell me much, but the fact they left me behind kind of sticks in my craw a little bit, you know? And I just, one, I wanted to apologize to everyone and do something good for you all. Come rescue. I knew that the trip down to Baxozan would be dangerous. So I was hoping perhaps, I could help guard you at least until we catch up with my friends.
Mm-hmm. And Wilvin's still got his dagger out, and he doesn't bring it close, but he points it at him.
Right.
He says, "Something about you sticks in my craw. It's like
Really?
you're just too kind." And he gives him like these like squinty eyes and like really digs into his soul as best he can, like almost as an intimidation, but
Right.
Wilvin is just not a trusting person, and he's not used to help. So he just says, "I appreciate it. I don't want you to think that I'm not grateful, but I'm watching you."
I know that, and I just from talking to people around Jagao and talking to gals and Irvin, that trusting people can be a hard process. And I'm not asking you to trust me. I'm just asking you for forgiveness
See,
for
there
my
you go
friends.
again. You're too nice. And he stands up and he walks away and he tosses the squirrel down at his feet and he's like, "Enough." He's shaking his head. He's just taken really aback by his kindness and walks away. He's done with the conversation. He doesn't know
Okay.
how to process it. I think
He
it makes
picks
him feel weird.
he picks up this. Anybody got any water? I think it's a little dusty now. Um,
Oh, yeah,
what,
sure, sure.
what do the rest of you do? The campfire is roaring merrily. The food is cooking.
Is the cloak all settled?
Yeah,
Is,
it's
yeah,
it's
okay.
Here you are, Lapis. I've done my best that I can with it.
Oh, oh, there's new patches and stuff. No, this is perfect. Thank you. I'm just
Maybe
gonna.
the patchwork nature of the cloak is appropriate now.
Mm, thanks.
You know that it can be made stronger by being of multiple pieces. That is what I have found with my armor. It is nothing to be ashamed of.
Oh no, you don't even know half of it.
I do not. I am excited to learn at least half.
Maybe after dinner, after you guys eat. I'm just gonna hand this back over to North.
Speaking of which, I think I smell squirrel.
Hi, don't eat all the squirrel. I want some of that.
And nobody wants the hair. It's interesting.
Oh, there's hair. Oh, I didn't know. I just smelled squirrel. It's pungent.
Still on the spicy side. The and actually, Dermot pulls out some cooking spices from his and starts kind of spicing up the meat as it's cooking, sizzling over the fire.
Just gonna hand North their coat and just be like, thanks for that. That was nice.
No problem.
I probably got a little bit of blood on there though. I
Yeah,
fought pretty hard.
I did get some of it on it yesterday, so good thing it's red, right?
Perfect. It's good. It's good. I'm just gonna go back, sit over there now. Just gonna
No problem.
go back over to chapstick for a moment.
I think Orgoth walks up next to the fire and sees if one of the rabbits is somewhat done. It doesn't have to be like really super well cooked, but as long as it's got a bit of a sear and will kind of reach and grab it off the spit. He's like,
Priest, it is good that you came when you did. We are thankful for your assistance.
Oh, don't call me a priest. I'm still in studies. I I really am. I'm a follower of the light of Luxon, but I am still I am still learning and still studying.
Uh, well, just Dermot then. What would you wish to be called?
Dermot is fine. Dermot. My full name is Dermot Werder.
I am Orgoth Skullcrusher, but you know that because we are the champions of merit.
he yells really loud.
Will then gives him a finger to the lips.
Oh,
Well, if they didn't know that we're here, now they do.
We chose cover for a reason, Orgoth.
yes. Well, I mean, we're the champions of merit. Then sorry about that. I will say that your friends did put up a good, up to a point, honorable competition, but I cannot abide by the fact that Gelsariad attacked North. That is not
Fine,
in the
look at
rules.
me. I'm up. I'm alive.
It is not the way it is done.
I know that, and that's one of the things I wanted to talk to you about. As they ran past me, and they grabbed their gear, they told me to meet them to the there's a way station just south of here, a few days away. It is called the Emerald Loop Caravan Stop, and it's a few days away. You've gone two. It's about four more days away on horseback.
Yes, we were told to go to the Hallowed Path. Is it?
Yes,
where
it's
it is?
along the way. Yes, it's follow the Emerald Loop to the way station, and then you'll head east along the Hallowed Path. He says, they told me to meet them at the way station. But talking to people, I just the fact that Galsaria had attacked North like that, she wasn't even expecting. She just ran out, and he blasted her.
All pronouns are good. You're good.
Oh, he blasted her, and she blasted her, and it was just really, it really upset me that Galsariad was doing such dirty tricks, and I needed to fix that. And
Is it something that he does on the
He-
reg?
we just met him. He joined the party just about 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Speaking of your friends, like is it out of character of them to just leave you behind like that and just
Well,
run off that way?
I trust Io with my life, and Io was the one who told me to meet them. We've done this before. We've split up if we need to accomplish multiple things at once, but I just feel like I just don't trust it. I don't trust. I don't know if there's some sort of influence or something.
He's a bad friend. Oh.
I don't like could Gals could have affected Io, like cast some sort of spell. I just don't know. I need to find out for myself. I need to talk to my friends, and I also need to apologize because my friends are not bad people. I want you to know that, all of you, they're not bad people.
What is it that they want with Sehanine and the artifacts that they've stolen? Question mark? Taken? I'm
From
looking back at my
you,
notes. Do they have
yes.
anything? Yes.
Yes.
But what do they want with Sehanine?
I didn't know that they had taken anything. I just knew they were running from you for some reason.
No, we're not that scary. Really.
it seemed like they were getting away from you, and I didn't know. They didn't say anything because they just ran past me very quickly. I didn't really talk to them for that long.
They took some kind of necklace, some kind of amulet. That's
And
what we have been sent to retrieve by the elders.
Maybe he's running away from his feelings for me.
Dermot laughs and says, I don't know anything about that.
No, me neither.
Yeah, except what Lapis's book kind of explained, but I didn't understand much of
So
it.
you read it.
I skimmed through it a little bit. Had some words I just didn't understand. So.
Oh, I could teach you some of those words later, like tell you what it's all about.
Oh,
Honestly,
oh.
you have to read. You there's so many books that I can like get you into. You'll love them.
Oh, okay. Believing you completely. So that's what he says. um, the So he says. So I want to travel with you until we catch up with my friends, and then I want to confront them about what they did and how they hurt you.
Seems our goals align. I believe we'd like to confront them as well.
Yes.
Can you tell us a bit more about your friends? Because they were not that kind to us the last time we met them. Just in case they repeat the act again.
Well, Maggie did say something about had some spells cast at her during the fight, but that was just during the race, which was kind of to be expected. So, Io she's the leader. She's really nice. I've known her all my life. Like when we were kids, we'd run around together, and we had a lot of fun. I really trust her. Let's see. Irvin is the second to last person to join the party. He is always looking around, looking for people to talk to, make friends with, but he's kind of quiet. He's shy. Like people think I'm shy just because I'm short and quiet. I'm not really quiet. I'm not really shy. I'm just me. But I don't really know that much about Irvin. Maggie joined me and Io once we decided to do an adventuring party together. She joined us in Jigao about a couple months later, and Maggie is strong. She is really strong, and she actually is very happy most of the time. But when she's like has a challenge placed in front of her, she likes to kind of she gets real serious and can get
intense.
really intense. Yeah. But what else do you want to know about them?
Do you guys have a name or something?
No, we
Or
haven't come up with a name. Do you have a name?
I haven't come up with a name either.
That is a good question. I did have a very serious matter to bring up with all of you. In our haste to seek out the heinous and treacherous Galsari. No offense, Dermot.
Well, he is kind of not trustworthy so much.
He's a shithead.
We left Jigao before giving a name to our team. They will not know how to immortalize our company of conquerors in the book of meritorious record.
There's a book for that?
Yes, of course. Everyone must know from year to year who were the champions of merit. Since we are on this mission, I'm sure they'll wait for our return before they inscribe the name of not ourselves, but the name of our team. We must have a name.
It's something that we really need.
Oh yes, I believe it is essential.
How long have we known each other?
Well, weeks by the calendar, but it feels like years. We have fought together in battle. We have overcome all comers in the contest of merit at the festival.
Dash any hopes or positive feelings, but my thought is like we've realized one thing together, but are we in for the long run? Or are we just naming this just to name this because
we were a team. That team needs a name. If you don't want to continue past that, that's your choice, North. But I still think we needed a name. Unless just want to be those 4 people that got together and then didn't name themselves, which is really long.
At least for the book, and we'll see after for the rest.
I can tell that this is something that you've thought about, Orgoth. Something that's important to you.
It is.
Well, just because you have a name doesn't mean you need to tell people.
I don't think it's a bad idea. And as Wilvin looks at North, he says, it's easier than introducing 4 people every time.
Yeah, I guess.
And who knows? Maybe it'll strike a little fear into the heart of old Gassariad.
Oh, I'm gonna strike fear into his heart and something else.
Wilvin looks at Dermot and he says, you just met us.
Yes.
What kind of vibes are you feeling here? I don't have much experience in naming things, and my mom and dad named me, and I've never had any children of my own or
Well, I'm the youngest of 12.
Nothing, so. Did you have any help naming any of them?
No.
Did you have a hand in naming any of
No,
them?
I'm the youngest, so they were all born before I was. So.
Oh, the run target.
Yeah, I'm not a runt. I mean, my brothers and sisters, they'd all jump into waterfalls. They would go wrestle stray dogs. But me, I just like to sit and sew and maybe just grow. I had a garden.
Wilvin says, runt, and he sips from his flask.
Okay, I agree on the name. We have to find a name, but before we find the name, Wilvin has to name his horse.
And he stops short on the flask, and he brings it down real slow, and he just looks North in the eyes. He says, why would I name that thing?
No, get you a little practice, name something.
Having a pet is a layaway on sadness. It's got no chance in surviving what we're bound to survive.
I'm not talking about a pet. You ever give a name to something instead of just going horse every time?
Well, it's not gonna know its name. It's not gonna. It'll respond to it, and I think that's good enough for me.
It's about the fun.
It neighs.
Wilvin, when North says the word fun, he gives that kind of travels through his mustache from his nostrils, he scoffs it off a little bit. He's like, I'm not out here for fun, North. All due respect. As he starts to pack a pipe of tobacco.
Just gonna look at the horse. He doesn't mean it.
Strikes a match and lights it, and just puts his head back and starts puffing. He hears it, but he's just puffing away.
Well, what if we name it after? What if we name it after you, North, the team? Would that make it better? What if it was?
No.
What's
We
North?
We do not.
North Stars. Something.
No.
What if
Let's not. Let's. I appreciate the thought, but no.
Be your fists, maybe.
No.
Fists of the no. All right.
No.
All right. Wilvin's warriors, maybe.
Shakes his head as he's puffing. He says, I don't want my name in it. Puff, puff, puff.
Lapis and the Prisma Wings.
No. Oh gosh, no. Also, how the hell did you know my name?
I don't know.
Conversations.
I heard your first name said several times during that fight, but
That's true.
Okay, look. I have ombre hair. She has ombre hair. Wilvin has ombre hair. 3 hombres and a bald man.
Wordy. The 4 hombres, but I'm not hombre. No, that doesn't work.
Maybe you are. You just don't know.
Well, what have we accomplished? What have we accomplished thus far? We've become the champions of merit. There's something in there. We've
Well,
what else have we done?
we've driven off a gloomstalker.
That we have.
And we successfully saved
King Squirrel.
No, when we first met at the barge ride in, we did good things together. That is why we decided to stay and enter the competition. We saved a small child who was taken away accidentally.
The first 2 levels. It has been a while. We've been through more than I've seen in with other people in quite some time. I forgot what it was like to work in a team like this. And the more I think about it, the more I'm quite interested in a name. Though I have no ideas, perhaps it's something that could happen more organically. So.
We can think upon it, but it is something I wanted to bring up.
Yeah, we'll let the people in Chagao know somehow. Sure.
Well, when we return, we can tell them. We rescued a child from a moorbounder. We fought and defeated a displacer beast. We've driven off a gloomstalker. We're the champions of merit. I feel we are off to a fortuitous beginning.
Perhaps it can't be forced.
I like your optimism.
All right, well, I'll let it lie for now, but think about it. Think about it.
Okay, I'll think about it.
Dermot, you say this caravan stop is how many days away?
4 days. It's 6 on horseback. Going a fast pace, you're 6 days away from Jigao, and in 3 days to get to Bazozan.
Have you been there before?
Once. It's just a really nice area. The woods actually gets more. There's more water down there, so it's like the woods are nice, and there's a couple of dryads and I think even a treant who takes care of the place. So it's nice, fluffy like trees, really pretty.
Ooh. And this gloomstalker that we just encountered, is that normal in this area?
Oh yes. There's lots of. It's all the abyssal creatures coming out of the temple that's on the other side of Bazozan.
Know anything about this temple?
It's the one that is famous from the Calamity. It's the one that has a portal to the abyss in it.
Excuse me, what?
It used to have a portal to the abyss. That when during the Calamity, they opened up a portal to the abyss, and all sorts of manner of demonic creatures poured out of it. It's why Bazozan. It's why Bazozan is there. It's a fortress to protect from the evil creatures that come out of the temple. The name of the temple is, I have to look it up. Because we're not there yet. Betrayer's Rise is the name of the temple.
Ooh.
And there are still demons and creatures that.
Sometimes something gets out, and they are not able to stop it, and it gets out into the wilderness. And then those creatures, they corrupt other things out in the wilderness, and so it gets kind of scary. The Aurora Watch patrols the area quite regularly and tries to put down any creatures causing trouble.
You seem to know a good deal about the area. I have not traveled much outside of Chagao.
Not a whole lot. Just when I went with my friends, with Io and Maggie.
We'll be making our way to Batuzan, and it seems the closer we get, the more dangerous it'll get, surely.
Of course, of course. I mean, the Gloomstalker was no joke. I mean, that was. I mean, I saw it had the two of you up in the air at one point.
I mean, it was kind of on purpose.
I couldn't tell. It was dark, so I just saw like I thought you were behind it, and suddenly kind of crawled on top of it when I was trying to get to it. But
We
Dermot.
totally did that on purpose. All of it. Yes, yes, yes.
The more you sit here with us, the more you're likely to hear things that we'd rather your crew not know.
Do you want me to go? I could take a patrol.
Wilbur looks at everybody else and he says, I'm not sure if that's necessary, but
I don't mind. I know that secrets, between friends are important. So he gets up and he like actually takes
Oh, you
the
don't
axe.
have to.
No. I want you to be. What?
Didn't tell you to leave. You can.
No, I don't mind.
Unless you guys have something that you really can't keep inside for this time.
I would simply be satisfied with an oath of sorts that whatever you hear around this campfire.
I vow
stays.
upon the light that whatever is said at this campfire will not be. I will not reveal whatever is said at this campfire to anyone outside of this circle. I vow upon the light.
And Wilbin says, that's well and good.
From a man of
But-
faith, yes.
Well, that's if you are who you say you are. And Dermot, the more I meet, the more I know you, the easier it's getting to trust you. But then Wilbin takes out his dagger gently and he says, a blood oath?
Oh, what?
And he'll prick his own finger. He'll just like take the end of his dagger and just like prick his finger to draw a little bit of blood. And he's like, just a little one.
I just rolled a 6. Okay. He looks a little. So you don't trust the word of a paladin?
If I told you that I was a cleric of Fultus, would you believe me?
Who's Fultus? I've never heard.
No idea. Would
If
you
you just
believe
made that up, it doesn't even sound real.
me?
He says, "Very well.
And as Wilvin walks over, gently takes his hand and slowly puts just
make a persuasion, because as the knife gets closer, he's kind of like, I don't know about this.
Sure. And as so this is part of his persuasion, I'll roll. But he'll come over, he'll take his hand, and as he feels him resist, he says, words are cheap. We all bleed. And he puts his finger up. He says, do we not?
We do.
If we bleed together, that means something. And he looks over at Orgoth and kind of makes eye contact. And so persuasion isn't great. It's a 11.
He says, because I am trying to make amends on behalf of my friends, who I still do not know if I don't know their reasons for doing what they did. But he holds up his finger, takes a dagger out, and pricks it. And
Wilvin lets his finger drip like 3 drops into the palm of his hand, and like kind of looks at Dermot to do the same.
And he does.
And then holds out his hand for a handshake.
And shakes your hand.
And looks him in the eye when he does it. And he brings him in real close. He says, now I trust you. And takes it away.
He nods and goes over to the log and kind of like takes a cloth and just kind of wipes it clean.
Yeah, Wilvin goes and cleans himself off as well.
Yeah. He sits on the log and it's like, so I promise and I vow that anything said at this campfire will not leave this circle. I cannot call you friends yet, but I will call you comrades in arms. It is important to me. I have fought at your side, and I will protect you as best I can. By the light, I do vow.
Well, that sounds pretty good to me. There's a lot of vowing going on in blood. I like both those things. So, you know a lot about religion then, Dermot?
I'm early study. I know a little bit about the Luxon and the beacons, and a little bit.
I do not spend my time with these things, but Elder Ushur said that we were looking for something called a vestige of divergence. Does that mean anything to you?
I don't know. It sounds familiar, but it sounds like an artifact of some sort of magical artifact.
Yes, that is what he said it was, but a lot of other words and names of probably very religious beings. I think Wilvin knows more, or North, but
I know you mentioned Sehanine, the goddess of the moon. She is her domain is trickery, so you have to be careful with her. But the moon is an important part of the cosmic grand scheme. So if it's something to do with that, it's something to do with the prime deities, then just trust your instincts.
Do you know the name Elixian?
I do not.
Nor do we, but he's trapped in Baxuzan. That's what the amulet has something to do with. We all saw it while we were in the race, and I'm not sure if your compatriots did, but that's where we're headed.
There was another one. There was another name that Changebringer.
Avandra, the Changebringer.
Yes, that was it. Yes. That was another name that we were told of. Does that mean anything? Is that?
Give me a second. Avandra, she who makes the path. As my tab loads, okay. She is the goddess of freedom, trade, travel, adventure, and luck. And she encourages her followers to venture into the unknown.
I forget who told us about Avandra.
Oh, that was all from Elder.
That was from the vision.
Elder Ushur.
Yeah, Elder Ushur told you.
Elder
Yeah.
Ushur,
Yeah.
Got it. Thank you.
Yep.
I'm gonna keep an eye on our surroundings.
Okay.
As we keep speaking.
Make a perception check.
Okay. Gotta turn my iPod on again because it went on sleep mode.
Technically, it's the 8-hour long rest has not started yet. This is still dinner time.
No, I'm just keeping an eye out.
Okay.
Is there like another campfire somewhere in the distance?
No.
Kinda?
There's not.
Okay. But we're still 14.
Okay. The commandments of the Changebringer are: luck favors the bold. Your fate is your own to grasp, and to do so is to have the Changebringer behind you. Change is inevitable. The righteous can ensure that such change is for the better, and to rise up against tyranny. Fight for the freedom of yourself and others when you can, and inspire others to fight when you cannot.
I like your funny words, Magic Man.
I'm a magic man?
Kinda.
I just call upon the light. That's all I do.
I'll find
And-
that the gods are fickle in who they decide to back.
And what of your faith, Dermot? It is different than these?
Um, I am a follower of the light of Luxon, and the Kryn dynasty is on the search for beacons. And there's these 12 beacons that if we get together, they will point the way to the light. And so we worship at these beacons, and we worship and pray to that we can find our way to these beacons and to the light. Give me a second. I should have had this pulled up. Critical. The light created universe. It's like the driving out the darkness. And we hope that one day the beacons will form into something and the Luxon will reassemble. And at that point, we'll ask us, what am I? What is my purpose? And this is why we all followers of Luxon call it the light. We're following our light and trying to accomplish something.
I know you have a temple in Jigao, but I have never been inside.
I'll take you there someday. I'll show you around.
No, that's all. That's all right. It's okay.
Jarthor, watch out. This is how it starts.
I'm not trying to convert. I would never try to convert anyone who did not want to be converted.
Good on you. Lapis, are you doing all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
You got.
Are you sure?
Right.
Are you sure,
Fucked up
Lapis?
during the fight.
You were hurt really
Yeah,
badly, and I just wanted to make sure you were okay. And he comes over to you.
No. I'll be fine.
Are you
I'll be
sure?
fine. Yeah, no, I'll be fine once I get a little bit of rest in. And she pulls up like one of her books, and she's just gonna sit down and just kind of read.
I have a healing
Alright.
spell left.
No, like I said, I just need some time. Don't worry.
Okay. And he sits back down.
Urgot's gonna lean over to Wilvin and like real quietly, like,
You saw that, right? Like
Well,
what's going on with that?
Wilvin's puffing on his pipe, and out the corner of his mouth, he says, "Yes, I did. And until she's ready to share, it's none of my business." Puff, 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 puff.
Okay, all right, all right.
And he's kind of like puffing with his eyes closed, like that's his rest, his like little meditation. And he leans back and he says, like I said, it's been a long time since I've been traveling with a crew, a party, so to speak. I'm grateful that we've all found each other. I do believe we work well together. And whatever the dealings are here at Baxuzan, and whatever role this Kelsariad and friends plays amongst it all, I have to say I wouldn't mind if we were in it for the long haul. I've been alone for a while, and it's just a nice change of pace. As he looks at everybody in the eye, and even Dermot, he kind of gives him a wink as he gets to him. But he says, if anyone has anywhere to go after this, if anyone needs anything, I owe you something for doing this alongside me. I know that wasn't the the deal, the whole point of me going. It's a completely different reason, but I find myself very grateful not to be doing this alone.
Where are you all from?
And Wilvin just kind of laughs at that and puffs again. He shuts up and closes his eyes.
If we're if we're gonna talk about owing people, I might need your help with something. I mean, if that's all right with you guys.
Yes, as I have said, you all helped to win the Festival of Merit. I am here to help you with what you require.
I'm pretty sure you guys saw. I doubt you guys didn't see unless you were somehow also blinded by my spell.
I didn't see. I averted my eyes.
I'm sure I believe you.
Unless it matters to you, it doesn't matter to me what's in there.
I'm just looking for my parts. My
What?
All right. So when I was younger, I lived in a village and it was kind of overtaken and destroyed. I mean, I was hiding at the time, but I heard the noises. I heard the slaughter. I thought it was safe, and I started to come out of my hiding spot. And that's kind of when I got caught by a necromancer named Rakan. And I guess he saw some sort of magic in me and decided to take me with him. And I thought it was safe until I realized I was kind of unlucky. I think I died. I'm pretty sure I died. But his magic kind of kept me alive, in best sense of the term. Kind of just as stressfully. He kind of tortured me. He kind of, sliced up my body, and he replaced it constantly, all for fun, all to watch me kind of struggle.
That's not fun.
No. It went on for kind of a lot of years, and then I guess one day he just kind of got bored of me, and I was abandoned.
Like me.
I woke up one day, cell was open, everyone was gone. Kind of just got whatever strength I could muster up, and I decided I should look for the rest of my body. And
You know what? You just added a new name to my to be stabbed list, so
yeah, I kind of want to murder the fuck out of him if that's.
oh
if,
yeah,
if,
no,
if
we'll keep him alive for you.
Gonna keep him alive my own way if I can. I'll do the same thing he did to me.
Do you have any idea where to start?
Not really. I kind of just travel, and the moment I could feel a part of me, that's the direction I go, and that's kind of where I was sort of led over to Jigao. Kind of sort of sensed it, but not really.
Well, I come to think of it, in Jigao I was looking for, I don't know, like there was a rumor about something called a zombie stick. Is it the thing you're looking for?
Maybe. I mean, I found, and she shows off like her normal looking arm that's like the same tone as her skin, like her on her face. She's like, oh, I found one.
Wait, where?
You're seeing it right here.
No, I mean, did you find that recently, or?
Yes, I did. When we were doing the whole going underwater thing. What's wrong?
Nothing. Everything's great.
Oh, cool.
So wait, is that where the Triton arm came from?
Yeah, that was once
That was
a part of my body.
Arm?
Yes, you were way in front of us, and we fought a little school of very hungry fish, and Lapis got them away from us by dropping a arm. I didn't realize it was yours.
Yeah, it belonged to me for I would say about a good 5 years. So yeah, but now I have my new arm back, so we're good.
Bully, you'll let us know, of course, whenever you feel one of these
Yes.
tingles, you say?
Yeah, it is a tingle. It's a tingle.
Well, your tingle is our tingle. You let us know. We'll be there.
Thank you. I will once I get all of my body parts, and I think I'll be able to do a lot more for you guys. I'm not as strong as I once was without it.
You undersell yourself.
I mean, half the time my spells don't go off, so.
Orgoth, where did you say you were from?
Jigao, I feel incredibly normal right now. You, Wilvin, underwent a terrible calamity with your clan, and Lapis is made up of parts put on her by a necromancer, and I'm North talking about a zombie. I just wanted to win a contest. Wow. This is a lot.
Yeah, I think no, my zombie stick thing has been solved really fast all of a sudden. That's fine.
Wait, were you looking for my arm?
I did not know that it was that. Maybe? I'm just making associations here.
Well, my arm's not for sale, if that's what you're thinking.
No, I mean, I won't take it back from you. Don't worry about that. We're all friends here, right? Right?
Take it back. Did you used to have it? North?
No. But you know what I'm...
No, I don't know.
Please explain. After all, that is my body.
It was not mine, but I may have been led to believe that there was a thing that could have maybe magical powers. I was maybe down in that cavern or whatever, and that maybe it could fetch a good price on the market. You know, like it's not mine to take, and it's yours, and obviously it belongs to you, and I'm not gonna take that from you.
I would hope that if you find any other parts of me that you won't.
No, I know the color swatch now.
Okay, good.
Now that it's been established, I'd say just as a general rule, if anyone finds any body parts, just let everyone else know. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
Sounds good.
It's just good in general. Like if there's a body part that's severed somewhere, it's a bad sign normally.
I won't say anything to anybody, but I'll keep an eye out when I'm looking around. If I'm not with you all, you know, we go our separate ways eventually. I'll keep an eye out.
Please tell us though. Not
I would not. I would
anybody
not. I have made a vow. I would not tell anybody else.
Okay, good. I'm just gonna go off and read my book again.
Yeah, no, thank you for your trust.
Yeah, I just hope that nobody else takes it, tries to sell it for profit. Goodbye.
You know what? I'll try to keep an ear out for, you know, any weird zombie shit going on.
Is it weird if we say things like keep an ear out and an eye out? Is that bothersome to you, Lapis, in any way? I don't want to be insensitive.
No, no, it's completely fine.
All right.
Nice of you, Orgoth.
I'm trying. I'm trying.
I tried so hard not to laugh. And it did not work.
Wilvin's smoke is getting thinner, and he looks into his pipe and he says, "Well, done a lot of chatting, but I think I might retire for the night." As he's scraping out his pipe and like knocking it on a rock. And he says, "Again, I'm grateful for all of it." And he'll tip his hat and start to walk off and just like find a tree to like settle under.
Oh, we should set watches. We should set watches. It is not
I
safe
can
here.
take-
I don't even have to
first.
ask. Yay.
I can go first. That's fine.
Yeah.
I will take the early morning watch.
Do we
Awaken
do
me
2
early.
watches? 3 watches?
It's however many you want. It's just because some
I
of you
can-
could only have to like a trance for 4 hours.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'll go first. I'll go first.
Trans babies.
So
Wilden
Lapis
puts his hat
first.
over his eyes and he just says, "Wake me when it's my turn." And
Don't worry, I'll
Sounds
wake
like-
you up.
So Lapis, North, Wilven, Orgoth?
Sounds good.
sounds good.
Okay. Excellent. Okay.
Slap my little
So-
sleep mask on.
Yeah. In the future, like any kind of night, I'll just ask, is it regular watch order? And we'll just go with that quickly.
Sounds
Cool.
good.
And,
Okay.
and you can change it up anytime you want. So you kind of settle down. Dermot has his armor off, and he's been cleaning it. Like after the kind of the conversation died away, he's been like munching on. He waited for all of you to finish eating before he took his share.
Oh, he would have had a lot because Lapis didn't eat.
Yeah.
No digestive tract.
And he is cleaning his armor, and eventually he kind of like, good night all. He kind of leans against the log and is sitting up and falls asleep. Let's see. So Lapis, during your watch, everyone's asleep. You hear kind of a rustling off in the bush, off in the, like, some of the trees. And you hear a right. It's a real sharp noise, like real high pitched. Something's hurt.
I'm gonna go check it out.
Okay, it's real close, and you look and you see this silver fox behind a rock, and it's just like lying there. And its leg looks injured, and it's kind of like holding it up, and it's like got a gash in its neck, and hurt, and it may be dying. What do you do?
I'm gonna go over to it as carefully as possible to not freak it out.
It seems too injured to really. It barely notices that you're there.
Fuck. I'm gonna put out my arm, my normal arm, and I'm gonna attempt to cast Cure Wounds if I can.
Okay, make a Arcana check.
Yeah. So it's a nat 1.
Okay.
But with my +6,
Okay.
something.
The as you touch it, the gold energy from your normal arm starts to appear, and suddenly the energy kind of flips and becomes black, and the fox just kind of falls over, unmoving. And
Oh,
then you see
no.
it kick,
Huh?
and it stands up and looks up at you, and it opens its eyes. It's just its eyes. That were like pure blue have turned black.
Come here. Come here. Come here,
And-
little guy.
And he comes over, like you see like the kind of the broken arm, and kind of limping toward you, and it kind of licks your hand.
I pick him up, and I'm gonna pet him,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just gonna like hold him even closer. I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna name you Ashes. Come on, let's come to the watch, buddy.
And it kind of like makes little like whimpering noises and goes with you.
And then I'm just gonna try and find like some sticks and stuff to give it like a good brace for its leg.
Okay.
And after that, I guess I'll watch.
Okay. The rest of your watch goes without event. North, you wake up. Lapis wakes you up. Actually, yeah, wakes detrance, like gets you, breaks you out of your trance. Lapis, how do you do that?
How does North trance?
Weirdly enough, almost mimicking sleep, lying down, but very still.
She is going to get a stick and kind of poke you a little bit and just goes, "Hey, it's your turn."
Gonna grab this stick and just whack.
Hey.
Get up. Alright, good night. Oh my god, what the fuck is that?
Oh, I found him.
Okay.
Yeah. Meet Ashes. Isn't he cute?
Yeah, Is that blood?
Oh yeah, no, he just died. It's fine.
Beg your pardon?
Yeah, he died, and then he kind of came back.
You know what? I've seen worse. Good night.
Good night. Life is just gonna lean against a tree and have Ashes on her lap, and she just like pets him while she reads her book because that's how she trances.
Please, I hope the fox is not watching me the whole time. That is creepy.
The fox looks dead. Like it actually like kind of lowers its head in a good mimic of being asleep, but it's as it stops like basically settles in, it stops breathing. Like there's no pretense. It's just completely still on Lapis's lap.
Nope. Okay.
North, your watch goes with that event.
Okay, during my watch, I think I'm gonna pull out my poisoner's kit and start working on my stuff.
Okay. Would you like to
Just
make
get that? I'm gonna get that shroom into the tiniest bits I can, so that they don't look like shroom anymore.
The yeah, you just for the audience, they pull out a bag, pull out some mushrooms, small little tiny mushrooms, and they start chopping them up and using a kit to get them very, very tiny.
I'm gonna just casually work on that.
Okay.
Slowly. Get that, like if I can just like get that mixed into some oil, some blade oil.
Yep. Go ahead and make a poisoner's kit roll. Are you proficient in poisoner's kit?
Yes, because I changed that last long rest.
Okay. This may be what skill would be useful for this? Investigation or
investigation would be, well, technically it would be the same. I think it would be intelligence.
Intelligence check.
Sure.
Yeah. An intelligence check, add your proficiency. Because you're proficient in poisonous kit. Yeah.
That would be a +5. Hope I don't get myself high.
Hope you do.
You know what? That's a 13, so I'm gonna take it.
Okay. You think you've got yourself one dose.
Okay.
It's untested.
It's untested. Do I have like any still like leftover?
Yeah.
Not FDA approved.
No. Yeah.
Drug Association.
You get a little bit of a dosing, just enough to see if it's a good. Like a stronger dose would definitely possibly incapacitate somebody enough where they
would be confused. Is what I'm looking for.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, you wake up, Wilvin.
I am not taking the stick. I'm just doing like the hand on the shoulder, like very gentle.
As soon as North touches him, his other hand, his opposite hand comes up and snatches her wrist, and just give him one eye, and he says, "I'm up."
Rise and shine.
Wilvin stands, cracks his neck, takes a little stretch, and finds a little like piece of wood from like our little like bough, small, breaks it into a small piece, and takes out one of his daggers and starts whittling, just to keep himself awake
Okay.
as he's doing his watch.
Little noises. Nothing happens during your watch. The you hear off in the distance to the south, like very far. It sounds like the screams of like creature that you fought, but it seems to be very far off. Far to the south.
I think Wilvin's been whittling absentmindedly,
Yeah.
just kind of letting his thoughts wander. And then as he hears that, he realizes what he's been whittling is a gloomstalker. Like it's kind of got its wings, and he's got like the head. It was kind of like a bird subconsciously, and then it slowly turned into a gloomstalker.
Okay.
And when his watch is over, wherever he is at, he's probably not finished with it, but it's not that important to him. He walks over to Orgoth and just drops it on the ground at his head, and gently, maybe it knocks him in the head a little bit, but it's just a gentle little rustle of the leaves around him.
Okay.
Orgoth sits up bolt upright.
It's like, oh, yeah, my turn. Yes.
Tip of the hat. Wilvin goes and lays down for another hour or so.
And Orgoth gets up, and during his watch, he takes off his gauntlets, and at some point during that unwraps, because he has like cloth linen wraps, like you see like boxers or MMA fighters do,
right?
Like they go around and removes those, and gets a little water and cleans them, and you can see he's kind of prepping for that. Is there a stream anywhere nearby?
Yeah, there is actually. It's very, very small, and the water is like it's just a trickle, but it's enough of a stream to you can get water out of it.
That's fine.
Yeah.
When it gets close to the end of the watch, so I'm not just leaving at the beginning, but I will go down to the stream.
Right.
And he takes off his leather armor and kind of like washes himself a bit. And then I think comes back to the camp when it's time to wake everyone up, and he's kind of got like the armor in one arm and his stuff's there, and he's like,
well, pretty much North and Lapis are awake because their trances have ended the last like hour or two.
So when you see Orgoth walk back to the camp, he didn't really expect anybody to quite be up yet. You can see that on his chest there are scars from obviously where he's been hit with something. And you can also see a lot of scarring on his forearms.
And he's like, oh, yes, you're awake. I guess we'll let Wilvin and Dermot sleep a little more.
I'll get working on breakfast.
He sits down and starts kind of going through almost a ritual of rewrapping his hands and arms to get everything back on. And we'll get at least up through the leathered armor before he wakes anybody else up.
Okay, we've got about 10 minutes left. So you get up and you have a nice breakfast. Is there anything you want to do to prepare for the day? Anything?
Properly stomp out the fire.
Wilvin will do a little circle again. Like even though his roll kind of sucked the night before, he's going to see if anything has changed, or if he notices anything coming into their camp and leaving traces.
Feed the horses.
Yeah, feed the horses, the whole 9 yards. Dermot gets his armor on. He actually kind of goes up to Orgoth and says, "Could you attach this strap in the back. It kind of some of these pieces it needs two people
Oh.
to
Yes, yes, of course, of course.
get the pauldrons on properly. He says, "Thank you for a wonderful evening. Would it be okay if I traveled with you until we catch up?"
Yeah. Wasn't that the plan? I
I
thought
mean,
that was the
I
plan.
am officially asking.
I don't know about everyone else, but I say yes.
You cooked us a meal last night. The least we can do is offer you company today.
So very well. Let's get on the road. So you travel on the road, and you travel for a ways, and about mid-afternoon, you come across the corpse of a gloomstalker, and it looks like everybody make a survival check.
15.
15.
19.
19.
A 6.
8.
8. Okay, who was that? Wilvin was the 19?
Yeah.
Okay. You see, like, there's like the grass around the creature's been trampled flat. There's like roiling, wispy shadows kind of coming off of the body, and as the sun, like the afternoon sun's hitting it, just seems to be stamping out the shadows. The shadows just kind of like hiss and disappear. The Gloomstalker corpse is riddled with broken arrow shafts, and you see a serious burn along its underside, like some sort of magic spell, and there's also archers attacking. Um, you see on that Wilvin, that roll, you see a line of footprints leading through the trampled battlefield, ending at a withered oak tree nearby.
Wilvin's already pretty low to the ground, so he doesn't have to bend down too far.
Okay.
But I would say he gets off his pony and deliberately starts to follow those, like makes show of it so everybody sees that he sees something.
Got it. And you look over, and you don't have it's in plain view. You see a silver ring with a small sapphire set into it. And Wilvin and Orgoth, you've seen that ring before. It belonged to Irvin Wastewalker. You saw it during the pie eating contest.
Wilvin will snatch that out of the tree.
And you see, like, it's on the ground, like next to the tree, and you see bits of blood, kind of like kind of splattered, like whoever was sitting here was wounded, probably.
Before he moves away from the tree, looks for any indication of which direction, or any more, like maybe a trail of blood, or more sets of footprints than what he's already seen.
Okay, make a survival check.
Or is it just the one? Like
to that tree was just one. It was like one set of footprints leading away, and then kind of one coming back to the trail along the same path.
11 survival.
You don't see any other like outlying footprints other than what's on the trail and around the battlefield.
Willen will walk back over and approach Dermot and hand out the ring. He says, "This is Waste Walker's, is it not?"
Irvin, I recognize that ring. Yes, that's his ring. They were here.
They were wounded. And he hands it over to him.
He takes it. He puts it in a bag, like in his pouch at his waist. He says, "I'll get it back to him." But this means they were close.
And it means they took down this Gloomstalker, I'd imagine.
Perhaps I see the magic spell was cast on it. Some sort of burn. Maybe, probably Galsariad.
Well, it means they're still alive. So,
Without you, do they have any healers?
I'm the healer. They may have had some potions with them, though.
Should we look around and see if we could find them anywhere around here?
Make a survival. Well, with the survival checks you've made, it looks like the there's no other outlying tracks going away from the battle, and it looks like they just got back on the road and kept going south.
Wilvan, are you able to tell if these are fresh?
With that 18 roll, I'm going to say, yeah, it was fairly fresh, like from last night, probably. Like early in the morning.
Not. Are there any horse tracks?
No. Footprints.
We're not too far behind.
We can make the most of today. We could catch up with them almost probably before they reach Baxazan.
I hope we do before, well, around nightfall.
Well, we should get going now before they get further.
Yeah. So you get back on the road, get them to horses, kind of push them faster and faster. Night falls. And north, you see up ahead, like very far. You're kind of coming, like the trail goes around this hill. And as you come around the hill, you see off to the right, you see a campfire burning, the smell of cooking food. And that's where we're going to stop for the day.
You're mine.
Well, see who it is, but you know.
Yeah, it literally could be anybody.
Oh, it could be just that one dude all by himself.
The scout troop. We don't know.
Thank you guys so much. This was such a good episode. I love all those lore drops.
This was fun. I like just sitting around a campfire. I mean, like that's most of the fun for me is the RP.
Well, we can't do a 4-hour episode like Critical Role does every week, but
of course
I want to make sure that we get plenty of RP time for this. This was amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Does anything have anything we need to talk about before we wrap up? Thank you, people in Twitch chat for coming and visiting. Thank you so much.
Yeah, every week we have consistently like great chat going on. Like people showing up and joining. I mean, like literally, like keep coming and give us.
We like all that interaction. Yeah.
Yeah. Bring friends. Bring friends.
Yes. Well,
maybe give us some like suggestions for the story every once in a while.
Yeah,
I could use some inspiration from the audience.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you don't have friends, bring strangers. They can become friends.
Oh, that's fun.
Definitely. Yes.
Yeah, get a Dermot. Bring a Dermot with
Bring
you.
a Dermot.
Bring a Dermot.
How many Dermots you bring, we'll have a contest, whoever brings most Dermots. Well, let's go around and do our wrap up.
Hey, everybody, this is Bill. You can get me on the socials at Bill Roper. And this is the big thing I got going on right now. I did just recently drop a couple of, the thing I do is video intros for actual plays. As soon as Ron writes some music for this one, I will do one for ours as well.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
excited for that.
Yeah. But I just did a couple over on Happy Jacks Network, so you can check those out on my or on my YouTube channel. But yeah, this is amazing. I have no idea what's going with Lapis, and I am so here for it. Oh my goodness, so good.
Hey everyone, I am Jaden. I am playing your weird amalgamation Frankenstein Lapis. You can find me on Twitter at FoxtrotFollow or on the Discord where a bunch of these guys like to come out and chat and have fun. So I hope to see you there.
Folks, thanks for tuning in. This is Ross. I've been playing Wilvan. And you can find me on the Twitters and the Instagrams and the socials at GriffRM. And, the thing that's taking up the most of my brain space right now is my own homebrewed Legend of Zelda one-shot that I'm going to be running with the Suns in the next couple of weeks, which I'm really amped about. So stay tuned for that and let me know what you think, because I've been working on it for about a year and I'm stoked. I'm really excited about it. So I can't wait to run it.
I gotta ask you questions about that.
Okay.
Hey, this is Jamie. I've been playing North, the Eladrin North, the Eladrin North, of course, the Eladrin Rogue. You can find me on Suburban Cryptic on Twitter. Art fight is almost over. I think we should still have a chance, guys. Team Bloom will prevail.
Mom.
Yep. You can also, if you have a few dollars, in your pocket, you can also join us on Patreon and get early access to
Yes.
podcast episodes,
Yes.
to fun behind the scenes stuff, and to all that good stuff. So
So
you
much.
join us here as well.
And-
And yeah, I'm very eager to get to stab some butt.
And just a little announcement. I should have said this at the beginning. We're gonna do kind of doing the Critical Role thing. We're gonna take like do four episodes, 3-4 episodes, and then take a week off. We're off next week so that Bill can do some moving. Yay!
Luck.
And
Good luck. Good luck.
yeah, good luck. Good
Thanks.
luck. And so we won't be here. I'll probably just like schedule an episode. Maybe we'll vote on it in the patron chat or something, and figure out what episode I'm going to replay at this time slot next week. But so our next new episode will be 2 weeks from today. So anyway, my name is Ron Murphy. You can find me on Twitter at Ron88keysRBDM. Please follow us on Twitter at Severed Sons DND. You can find the Severed Sons Rhyme and the Frostmaiden podcast on any podcasting platform. Please share with us all your friends. We have a fantastic community, Discord, Patreon. You already all covered that. Thank you to Wizards of the Coast, the gang of Critical Role, and to all our listeners and our fans. Keep on rolling. Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Yeah.